Hey guys, it is Friday here in West Virginia, so it's time for us to do our Free It Friday, and I have a really cool piece in store for you guys. And it's a piece that came out, I think, last year, and I wasn't even aware about it until a month ago. And it's going to be a piece that fits perfectly in this diorama that I'm working on now. I pretty much got done with the dealership. Well, I showed you guys maybe earlier in the week or last week with all of the 3D printed pieces, the American diorama figures, and things like that. I think it's pretty much complete. The only thing I can do with it is occasionally switch it up for new pictures with like the different cars and things like that. But this one here, I'm working on trying to make it look like a, I don't know, junkyard with maybe a small car lot. See over here, kind of that's what I got going on with these guys here. I got that cell thing that I was using at the Mr. Norm's dealership, but I put it here and have 4 clean cars and some like halfway restored cars, the Rotson and a primered up Chevelle, and the green Ram Charger over there. And we have a Airstream trailer painted in a weird gold color from Greenlight as the office. And if you can see the front, on the front of the building, I have one of these signs from the old Greenlight Muscle Car Garage series. It worked out pretty good. And over here, I guess this could be our scrap yard for parts or future restoration projects, however you want to imagine it. One day I may get rid of the car lot part and just make it an old junkyard or something and call it like pull apart or something like that, like an old school pull apart. And anyways, well, I have a lot of other junkers that I have that I'm going to do unboxings for you guys on. We have some of the auto projects that are still on the little cube display cases. We have some more Johnny Lightning projects in progress that we're going to crack open for you. Quite a few things, but today we are focused on this really cool set. Actually, the box is really cool just to leave them in the windowed box. But I want them to join their friends out here. So we're going to be cracking it open. But this is Greenlight Mac Tools Collector Set Barn Find Boneyard. And honestly, I don't know where these came from. If they were sold at places like Summit or things like that, or if you had to get these specifically from the Mac Tools dealer. I'm not sure how it worked, but I know there's not many on eBay. I think there's like 2 or 3 tops. And usually they're like 50 to 60 bucks, maybe even a little bit more. And there's even single Mac Tools exclusives in little window boxes from Greenlight Mac Tools. So there's some that are not junkyard cars that you may like too, but they're a little bit pricey. They are around 20 to 30 bucks. On eBay anyways. So on the back side, it tells you what you got in there. It's a 1964 Ford Thunderbird, 1965 Dodge D100, and a 1969 Chevrolet Nova. And the Nova is a super sport, so it's really cool. I had the Beverly Hills Cop one that we're going to do an unboxing on probably next week, and it will be a great companion for that guy there. On the bottom side of this, you just kind of have Mac Tools. There's no, well, there is a little barcode there. It says Greenlight.com, where to find them, and then there's X0004 made in China thing. And it is copyrighted as 2022, so probably did not come out on shelves until 2023. And as I said, it's probably a Mac Tools exclusive. Well, I know it is, but I'm not sure where you would have bought this, from the Mac guy, or if you could get it at other like parts stores and stuff. And you have a window on each end cap, which is really cool if you wanted to leave it in the box, but I can't do that. So anyways, the backdrop of this box will be great for other pictures, like single pictures of cars and stuff in the future. So it's just taped together with Scotch tape, it looks like. I don't know if the original owner opened it already. I don't think they did because the rubber bands are still on the hoods of these. And that's one thing I would do if you guys happen to have this set. I would definitely open it and cut the rubber bands because those rubber bands are notoriously known for killing the paint. So I was just taking something and peeling that tape back so I could get it open for you guys. There we go. And now we're going to slide it out, I think. Maybe. Let me, oh, there we go. I had to get a better grip on it. So there you go. Out of the box with some regular light on it. And these things are really nicely done with the patina, with the faded white top. And that's really cool. They put a spare tire in the back of the bed of this. And most of the time you don't see that. And it's just a tire. There's no wheel. And that's exactly how you would see it. Probably had a junkyard with a bunch of scrap thrown in the back. That's what I did to my El Camino, as you see back there. Put a bunch of excess parts and tires and things like that in it to make it more authentic. But yeah, this is a very cool set. And they all have rubber bands holding the hoods down. So let me find a knife or something to cut the bands. As I said, that's something that you're probably definitely going to want to do if you want to leave it in the box. I would still just kind of open it and cut those bands off of the hoods, because as we know with the Hot Wheels 100%, it really destroyed the paint on a lot of them. And as you can see, that's really neat. They did a great job on these. They actually did the patina under the hood of the Nova. I'm sorry. Let's check out the Dodge. Same thing with the Dodge. The inner fenders are all rusty. Very sweet. Same thing with the Ford. The Ford's not as good as the other two, but it's not bad. But the Ford isn't really as bad off as the other two. It still looks intact, like it was just left in a garage for 20 or 30 years. Very cool set. And we're going to have to try to figure out how they are fastened. Excuse me, guys. Come on. We're going to have to try to find out how they're fastened down on the cardboard here. It looks like they may have glued the cardboard. As you can see, the way it's seamed in the back, I can't get access to what's holding it down through the bottom. It's kind of closed up there. I don't know why it was made like this. So I guess what I'm going to do, to keep from ripping it too much, I'm going to cut along the bottom with a pair of scissors to try to access these guys, because I don't want to destroy the box too much, because as I said, this will be a really cool backdrop. Excuse me, I'm really choked up today. Alright, so I cut it, as you can see, and I'm able to gain access to it, and it's just held down by like regular old bag ties, I call them. The metal that's just encased in plastic, and I probably can just cut most of them. And some of them may be tougher than others. So just bear with me for a second, guys. I'm just cutting these, and we'll be right back. I got them tied in here pretty good. Here is the Thunderbird out of there. So they just wrap them around the tires. And just be a little careful, because sometimes if you pull too hard, you'll bend your axles. So just try to be careful. Man, that one, I don't know how they even got that in there with the wheels the way that they are. Let me cut that again. because they got half the wheel covered up. They must have, I don't know, it's, I don't even know how they would have got that in there. Because that's tough to get to. With the wheel being halfway covered by the fender skirts and stuff. So we'll put him down there. Now on to the next guy, which is the truck. It's taking a little longer than I thought it would getting these out. I'm going to go ahead and do the Nova while I'm doing this. That way we have got them all out to look at. So the next is this D100 step side, which it's really cool. Really nicely done with the patina. I'm not even going to worry about those ties right now. So we can look at it together. No patina on the base, but that doesn't really matter. That's really cool. This back flare fender is like an aftermarket new one on the passenger side. Red primered hood, some rust and dirt. That looks really cool. This almost reminds me of like the Dodge truck from the Griswold Family Vacation. All dirty and rusty that was behind their car at the very beginning when they were going to get the Christmas tree. But it was a fleet side. It wasn't a step side, but just the front end and the color. Reminds me of that. And this Nova SS is really cool. It kind of reminds me of like something like a Yanko with these 5 spokes. If they were like from the factory, you get your SS hood, your missing headlight, SS grill, very sweet, SS tail panel, and a red fender. It must have been in an accident or something, and it looks like a brown door, or it was a bare metal door that just has surface rust on it now. Very cool. Very nicely done. We'll just put them like that for now and show you how they look in the front. We'll get them in a roll like the other ones later on, but that's a really cool set. If you guys have a chance to get it, I would. And yeah, I paid a good amount for it. It came down to almost like, I don't know, 12, 13 bucks and maybe 14 bucks per car. But if you look at the old auto projects from M2, they're going for the same amount, upwards of 20 or 25 for some of them. And I think these are nicely done, a little bit better than the auto project. Sometimes the old auto projects, they just did too much. Even the windows are red and stuff. That one, as I said in the video, it could be a custom, but even the ones that are not customs, especially from Series 1, they're just done up in total rust, and you may get a chance to like see a little bit of the original color. But yeah, they really, really rust those things up, but they're still cool. I got a few more that I'm going to be unboxing for you guys in the future, but that's it for our Free It Friday. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll be back on Monday for our Mopar Monday. Thanks for watching.